What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Guys, just wanted to react to Chavarius Ward's media availability today. Spoke with reporters about life, about football, being in Indianapolis, all that type of stuff. So I want to react to this, give you guys something fun to think about when you look at Chavarius Ward. Sounded like everybody was having a great time with this. So let's hop right into this, shall we?
What's the first impressions and meeting everybody and just where you at right now?
Good hospitality. Everybody loves me right now. I'm loving everybody. It's pretty cool. I like everybody I met so far. So hopefully it'll be a good ride.
I know you had plenty of interest. What led you to here?
Young team, and I feel like they were the most aggressive team. I think they wanted me more than anybody. So that, that shows me that they respect my game, they respect me. And I feel like the more you respect me, the harder I play for you, the harder I go, and the better I be.
You mentioned, you respect your game. Do you have a sense for kind of like why they were so into you, why they felt like you were like a good fit here?
Because I'm a great player. I would have that's why. Yeah.
Just straight up, I'm a great player. This dude's a dog, man. It's straightforward. Like, I'm a dog. I'm a good player. I don't have to deal with this, So I love it. I love the attitude and, the little smile behind it too. Like, he knows what he's saying.
Can you break down why you're a great player?
I can press, I can tackle, I can play off. I can try with the best receivers. I feel like I can do it all as a corner. My game is versatile. And I just feel like I'm a CB1, a great cornerback.
What do you know about the system that Lou wants to run, and what do you think you fit well in it?
I think I can fit it. Like I said, I'm versatile. I think I can fit in any scheme. I think he said he's going to let me travel with the best receivers. So he's going to let me press. He's going to let me do my thing, be physical, be aggressive, and, just be me, be that guy that they paid me to be.
So that's a great aspect to this. So it's one of the big talking points of this reaction. So him saying that they're asking about the scheme with Lou, and he says, I'm versatile. I know what I can do. And he says this scheme feels like it's best made for him because Lou is, one, allowing him to travel with the best wide receiver. So in years past, guys, the Colts had defensive schemes where the corner most of the time was lined up on one side of the football, right? So it didn't matter where the best wide receiver went to, that the best corner we have was not going to transfer from side to side very often unless that's the package that Gus Bradley wanted to move. And very rarely did our best corner travel with the best wide receiver. So that shows you, again, what Lou feels about Ward is that he's going to allow Ward to cover the best wide receiver on the opposing team almost all the time. So that's a big difference. It's a big change. And obviously he said, he's going to allow me to be me. It's just press, beat man to man, get up into this person, put pressure on him, right? Because that's what Ward is used to doing. And so already you're seeing the changes that this defense is going to allow somebody like this to be able to do for us, because that was not something that was preached and certainly wasn't coached much from the previous defensive coordinator and staff.
You've had a lot of individual and team success. You've been to Super Bowls, you've won. What can you bring to this team from a leadership perspective?
That championship experience, that playoff experience, just being a leader by example. I don't do a lot of talking all the time, but I work hard, I grind every day. I know what it takes to win a championship, you know what I'm saying? I know what it takes to make the playoffs. I know this team been super close to the playoffs the past couple of years, so I'm going to try to help these guys get over the hump and make the playoffs.
Did you travel with the best receiver in San Fran?
My first 2 years I did. Last year I didn't. Yeah.
When you say I'm a great player, doesn't that have to be the mindset of a corner?
Yes, sir. I feel like you got to have confidence in yourself and believe in yourself as a corner. If you line up against any receiver in the league, obviously it's a lot of great receivers in the league. So if you line up against a receiver and you got doubt and you plan not to get beat, I mean, you most likely gonna get beat. So me, I line up with the mentality of not caring if I get beat or not. You know what I mean? So I just think I go out there every play thinking I'm the best. I'm better than the man in front of me. You know what I mean? So that's my mentality every time I line up.
Does that come from a young age? Have you always had that?
Yeah, so I think so.
It's not cocky, is it?
Nah, I feel like it comes from the preparation and the work I put in. You know what I'm saying? I work on my game a lot. Like before practice, after practice, a lot in the off season. I work out a lot in the off season. So I just think it comes from my preparation and the work I put in. I'm prepared for any situation on the field.
You had to tweet about how hungry you were.
Yeah.
What led to that?
Just because last year, you know, I went through a lot last year, and I just felt like mentally drained. You know, physically I was on the football field, but mentally I was kind of like retired. Like, you know, my mind wasn't on the game because I went through a lot last year. And you know, after the season, I just kind of got that hunger back. You know what I mean? I started missing the game, and I was just excited for the next opportunity. And I'm thankful it was the Colts. And you know, I'm just ready to go out and show that I'm one of the best corners in the game again. Because the year before that, I went All Pro, and I was expecting to come in and be, you know, back-to-back All Pro again. And obviously that didn't happen. A lot of bad things happened last year, and I'm just hungry and I'm ready to prove myself. You know, I got that chip on my shoulder again.
Like you said.
So, yeah, that was the main reason behind Chavarius Ward not playing in 2024 for the most part. And so a bunch of things happening. If you guys are curious, you can always reach out. I'm not going to really speak on behalf of it, but yeah, Chavarius Ward had a lot of things going on with his family, and he basically called this a fresh start for coming to Indianapolis because he says he needed to, you know, kind of get out of San Francisco because of the bad stuff that was happening. So, you know, like my mind was on what was happening, but my physically I was, you know, still trying to play the game, and that was rough. You know, it's hard to be able to do. If your mind's not focused on the game, then you won't be 100%. You can't even be close. So, you know, it definitely makes a lot of sense there.
And, this team's been close to the playoffs, but they haven't actually gone there in 4 years now. I guess where do you start in sort of reshaping the culture? How do you get this team, I guess, over the hump?
I feel like it's pretty close. I think they got a good culture, but like I said, just bringing the experience of winning in the playoffs, and you know, just like going All Pro, maybe I can elevate the guys in my room, all the guys in the DB room. You know what I'm saying? And maybe they can impact a linebacker, and maybe a linebacker can impact a defensive lineman. You know what I'm saying? It's a trickle down effect. You know what I'm saying? I impact one guy, he impact another guy, and you know, it helps the whole team.
Speaking of that, I mean, do you know Cam Bynum at all? Have you talked at all with him since you guys both signed?
No, I haven't talked to him yet, but I'm pretty sure I'll talk to him soon. I don't know him personally, but I know he's a ball hawk and he's a pretty good dancer. So I look forward to being his team. I look forward to being his teammate, man. He seems like a real fun guy. He got a lot of talent. Like, he a ball hawk. He always in the right spots at the right times. Had a lot of interceptions the past couple of years. We played him last year. He had 2 interceptions, I think.
Think your taxes are simple? You can file for free with H.
You know, that's what you got to do when you're on there.
Yes, sir. So definitely look forward to being his teammates. He seemed like a pretty fun guy.
So yeah, talking about Cameron Bynum, yeah, that'll definitely be fun watching Ward and Bynum together. That'll be a great duo.
What kind of secondary do you think this can be, and what kind of impact will that have on the quarterback? Do you think all 4 of you guys?
I think we're gonna have a playmaking secondary. Obviously Kenny a ball hawk as well. I'm trying to elevate my game, continue to get better and better, become a ball hawk too. So hopefully we can force a lot of turnovers and be one of the best secondaries in the league. I think getting the ball gonna win you some games, and if we have 5 guys that can do that, that's gonna be major for our defense and the whole team.
Yeah, no doubt. Adding Ward and Bynum to now a defense of secondary that has Kenny Moore still on it. Nick Cross surprised a lot of people last year. Jalen Jones, who's, you know, had a solid season last year. Nothing crazy, but, you know, solid. Like, that could be a great secondary if they put it all together and they stay healthy.
When you have a safety like Bynum, like you said, that you know where he's going to be, does that allow you to?
Yeah, definitely, man. I hate a safety that's not in the right spot at the right time, man, or that's not where they're supposed to be. You know, that happened to me a couple times in my career, man, and I'd be pissed off at them. But hopefully, you know, I can trust Scott and Bottom to be where they need to be. And I'm pretty sure they will be.
What have you learned about this team from Samuel Womack so far?
I haven't talked to Sam much. I'm going to see him tomorrow because he lives like 20 minutes from me. So I'm going to his house, so we gonna talk a lot about the scheme. Well, it's a new defense, so he probably don't know the scheme yet. But just talk to him about the city, the team, you know, the coaches that's been here, and I'm pretty sure I get a good feel of everything from him. Hopefully,
that'd be great. Yeah, that's what people are wondering. Like, is he going to talk to Sam about, you know, some things going on? And Sam knows how it goes. So, you know, how to be a Colt, how to, you know, who's here, who's not, you know, that'll be a good information from Chavarius Ward.
How would you describe just the journey to get to this point? I mean, you come from, you know, a unique path, you know, community college and undrafted, and, you know, talking about being all pro and not just signing a contract.
Yeah, it's come from like a lot of hard work. You know, I always believed in myself since I was a kid. Growing up, you know, we had it rough, like you said, but I just believed in myself. I always wanted to take care of my family, you know, and prove to myself that I can be one of the best players in the game. And I think I kind of did that over the course of my career. And now I want to continue to elevate and get better and better. Every year I go into every season trying to improve on something. And this year it's just to be flat out the best Mooney I can be, you know, be the best me I can be. So I'm gonna try to do that this year.
You mentioned that you kind of got the love for the game back after the season. Did you just need to you feel like you needed to get away from it a little bit to get that back?
Hell yeah, I had to get out of San Francisco, honestly, man. It was a lot of PTSD out there. Really it was painful to be out there. You know, mentally every day it was draining. It took a lot in me to go back to San Francisco. Only reason why I went back because I thought we was going. You know, we had a good team our first 2 years in San Francisco, so I thought we was going to turn it around, and we didn't. So I just knew I thought we had a chance to make it to the playoffs, and I want to go, you know, be there for my brothers, help my teammates out. But definitely, man, had to get out of there, man, because it was hard every day. Like I said, mentally, I was in Texas with my family. Physically, I was in Santa Clara with the 49ers. So that's just not, you know. You got to be where your feet are, and I wasn't where my feet was last season.
So you needed a fresh start. This is a fresh start.
Yeah, definitely needed a fresh start, man. So like I said, I'm excited, thankful, happy, blessed. You know, all the good things to be here, and hopefully this is gonna be a great spot for me, man. We're gonna see.
Well, guys, that was Chavarius Ward talking about being here in Indianapolis. Again, a guy that sounds like he's got a great head on his shoulders. He's got a chip on his shoulders now, and, you know, has great confidence. And, you know, obviously the Colts really wanted him, as he said. So excited to see what Chavarius Ward will do. Love that press conference. A lot of great news there. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts on Chavarius Ward's media availability. But that'll do it for this one. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always,